You've had a few days since Saturday. Wondering if you have any new thoughts on why for 2 weeks in a row you've played so much better defensively in the second half than in the first half.
It's a matter of execution. Not a lot of big changes, some subtle things that we talk about on the sidelines and identifying what they're doing on offense, their game plan for the week, kind of formation-wise, what they're running out of those formations, but just playing better, executing better.
How does that magically happen? I mean, I'm not suggesting you make a bunch of
it's not
changes.
Magic. Yeah, it's not magic. It's just focusing on what we need to focus on and making the subtle adjustments that need to be made, and then going out and executing better.
How do you evaluate where you are defensively? Obviously, 22 points a game is a monstrous improvement. You've got turnovers, you've got sacks, the points are down, but you've also been gashed for a lot of big plays. Are you happy, satisfied, not nearly
Never.
either?
I don't think you ever are. The guys have played extremely hard. They competed hard for 4 quarters in every game, and we found a way to get the ball and get some takeaways, which have been critical in those games. And we have to do a better job eliminating the explosive plays. That's the number one thing we got to do a better job of. So I don't think you're ever going to be satisfied. I know they've come out here this week and continue to work on the technique and alignment, assignment, communication, those things, and we just got to be better.
When you're developing your defense, how important is it to be able to make those big plays, the sacks, the interceptions, the turnovers?
Well, yeah, it's always going to be the moment of truth, what happens, because those plays that we've been able to make. Last week you looked at some of those big plays, Devontae Downs and Hawkins and Cam Good's interception. Like, all 3 of those, on paper, that's where they should be, and they executed the play well, but then they finished it. It's one thing to have it, done right, but now when the ball shows up, you got to finish the play, and they did that.
Watching Sam Darnold on film, what makes him so good?
He just kind of got the complete package. He can throw the ball as well as anybody. He can run it. He makes good decisions. He can create things on his own, and so he's just a really talented player. He plays tough, and he's got a elite arm.
Obviously, it's tough to slow down that type of a talented offense, but what are the keys for your defense this week?
Again, eliminating explosive plays, making them earn it, and got to be a great tackling team. They're going to try and get you in one-on-one situations, so you got to do a great job running the ball and finishing. It's going to take a total team effort.
Are there similarities between the way Darnold buys time with his feet and the way Patterson tried to do that with Ole Miss?
No, I don't. They're different type players. Patterson's obviously a great player, but Sam's unique. There's just not many guys like him, and the way he can throw the ball and the way he manages the offense and the plays that he makes at the critical moments. I mean, you look at the fourth quarter and big 3rd downs and 4th downs when they got to have it, and he's making a play. So really impressive that way.
They've been really good all year on 3rd down, and they weren't against Texas. I think they were 6 for 18 against Texas on 3rd down. What differences do you see between how they've converted 3rd downs? Because one of the things you want to get off the field. Do you see any differences with Texas and the rest of the season? Not
necessarily. I think it's just one team making a play and the other team not. They both had good schemes, and like I said, we're preparing for SC's best, and we know that's what it's going to take for us. We're going to have to be on top of our game and play as well as we can play, and they create a lot of challenges for you, and our guys will be excited for it.
First 2 games, Vaughns is a guy who didn't get a whole lot of looks. You got Tyler Vaughns, and then he had 4 catches and for 30-some odd yards.
Yeah.
The other game looks like they want to get him more involved. What are you seeing out of him, and what do you remember?
Really talented guy. Again, just they do a great job of spreading the ball around. They got a lot of weapons, and just another one that they got. And again, they space you out, and they can run the ball really effectively. They've thrown it obviously really effectively, so it'll be a great challenge for us.
When I was talking with Addison Ohms about when you gave him the scholarship, he was the first walk on. Was any reason why he was the first, or just Addison, he was the first on the list?
No, we watched the video when we got here in the winter, and he played a lot last year, and we recognized what he brought to the team, and so we were able to. We didn't give him anything; he earned a scholarship, and we were, in a position where we had one, and glad that we could reward him with that.
When you told Coach Greatwood, he said that I didn't even know he wasn't on scholarship. What do you remember about that conversation?
Yeah, I don't remember the exact conversation. I remember Addison coming in, and it was, like I said, it was early, right when we got here. But just a guy that's done it the right way, and he works extremely hard. He's a smart guy. He cares about his team, and he's earned it.
Were you surprised that he wasn't on scholarship?
No. I mean, you get a lot of these. He wasn't on scholarship,
Okay.
and we gave him a scholarship, and I'm not. A lot of people at different places earn scholarships, and it's not exact science when in recruiting. And guys, for whatever reason, from time to time, slip through the cracks, and he was one of them. And he came here and did a great job, and he works at it. And he's a tough guy. He's a smart guy. He's getting better still, and we were fortunate to be in a position to have a scholarship available, and he earned it. So
You were here the last time that Cal beat USC, and obviously it's a completely different team now. But what do you remember from that game and from this rivalry?
it was a long time ago. That's what I remember first and foremost. It was obviously a great win. It was a long time ago, and we're focused on this week right now.
How about the rivalry? I mean, obviously, Stanford is the in-town rival, but I mean, I feel like Cal and USC have a pretty good rivalry as well.
Yeah, rivalries are a great part of college football, and especially for the fans and the universities. We treat it the same each week, and we have a ton of respect for them as a team and their players and their program. But we're not going to change from week to week based on how we prepare, based on who we're playing. We're going to do it the same each week, and like I said, they're a great football team, and it's exciting for the fans in the university and the college football, the institution of college football, and having those rivalries. It's great, and the pageantry is really neat, exciting. But for us, on a day-to-day basis, we really just focus on us and prepare for the game.
What has Funchess done well playing in place of Stafford, who hasn't played in the last couple
Yeah,
weeks?
he's come a long way. Being new this winter, he's learned a lot and been able to translate it to the field. He's plays really hard. He's a smart kid. He's a tough guy, and he's getting better and better. You see each week, the game just is slowing down for him, and he's been able to just react as opposed to think. I think that's probably the number one thing you see. But he's going to get better still, and we need him to.
I was going to ask about Ross's touchdown pass to Vic. He took a real good shot there. Did you guys send that play in to give it a look?
There's certain plays we send in each week for them to look at. I can't comment on officiating and won't do that. So each week, if there's a questionable play, we'll send those into the league office.
Another fairly physical play, at least on your side, when you saw McMorris's block, which has been replayed, I think ad nauseum, where he cracked the guy. What were your thoughts watching that play back?
Well, we watched the video, and he was one of the plays we put up there, and just in terms of the guys playing with toughness.
The 8 plays you talked about?
That was one of them, and it was a great block. He's a physical guy. He can bring it. The most impressive part of that whole play was after he made that block, he turned and chased the ball down the field, just in case. So Vic broke it and was working down the field, and the guy that was there right when the whistle was blown was Malik. And you never know what can happen. A ball gets punched out or whatever. He was working to get another block. So he makes the block and then sprints down the field to try and get another block, and that was even more impressive than the block itself.
When you saw it in slow motion, did you cringe a little bit to see how they compressed together?
No, it's a
Just
heck
good
of a
clean
play.
play.
Yeah, really clean play and a great block by Malik.
Thanks.
Coach.